All right, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at home against the Cleveland Browns. But I just want to say to please like and subscribe and turn on notifications so that you get these videos right away. That way you can get the bets um, at the same odds as I do, because a lot of you have mentioned that you're seeing my videos too late. So, a way to not have that problem is subscribe and turn on notifications, and you'll get the video right away in your inbox. Anyway, the spread at DraftKings is currently -7 towards the Bengals. Money lines are out of reach if you're betting on the Bengals, -325, but definitely can be put in a parlay. And the Browns +7, +260 on the money line, and the total over under is currently at 48 points. Points per game is currently sitting at 32.5 in the last 4 games for the Bengals. 31.3 for the Bengals defense, though. They've been playing a little better, but not really great. And 19.3 for the Browns offense. They have had plenty of opportunities to score, but Winston has been a disaster, throwing interceptions in the end zone and all sorts of problems, and not even getting a field goal. A lot of these games, they could be in a lot closer games. Definitely could win because that defense is giving up 27 points per game, but Winston turning the ball over at an average of 3.5 per game himself. And then you got all the other problems. You get fumbles and stuff with that. With other players, that's up to 3.8 turnovers per game in the last 4 games. So that's a disaster. And if Winston would clean that part up of his game, they could honestly win a lot of games. But that's always been the problem with Winston. So that's what you get. So the defense is 27 points. It's definitely not their fault because their expected points on defense is currently 0. So perfectly right where there should be. They're not playing above or below. So that those points are definitely coming from the offensive side's problems with turnovers, mainly Winston. So if you're betting for total points this game, if you did offense's average 51.5, defense would be 58.3, and um, we got this one, and that would be in our simulations of 54.9. So 55 points basically on that one. That is mostly over, but you're outdoors in the winter right now, and um, Brown's defense is better than what people are thinking because most of their problems is on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm going to stay away from that total. Passing yards per game, 313 on offense for the Bengals, 264 or 254 on offense for the Browns, 287 for the Bengals, though, in the air, horrible. 217 for the Browns on defense. So the problem with the Bengals, as it has been all year, you got Burrow playing great with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And then the other side of the ball, they just can't even stop anyone. They played a lot better. It was looking like a disaster there um, last week against the Titans, but they pulled it together and stopped them. But a lot of that wasn't the defense side. Those quarterbacks on the Titans, no matter who they play, they just throw it to the other team's defense. So it makes it for a good, easy day for the defense side of the ball if you're playing the Titans. Passing yards per attempt, 7.7 on offense for the Bengals, 8.2 for the Bengals defense. Then you've got 6.7 on offense for the Browns, 7.1 on defense. Rushing yards per attempt, 4.6 for the Bengals, 4.3 for the Browns offense. Bengals are giving up 5 on the ground per attempt and 3.7 for the Browns defense. So don't expect the Bengals to get a lot of rushing yards against this Browns team. Points per play, 3.1 on offense for the Bengals, excellent. 3.8 though on defense, one of the worst in the league. And the Browns, a horrible 1.5 points per play. And as I said, Winston throwing the ball to the other team on, they're in the red zone, throwing the ball to the end zone and intercepted by the other team. That's just what you get with this guy. 2.9 on defense for the Browns, so a little better, but I still blame that mostly on the offense's fault. We're looking at total expected points, 0.6 for the Bengals, negative 10.5 for the Browns. That would give you a negative 11 spread towards the Bengals. That would be a bet. I'd rather get it under the 7 though, get negative 6.5, but I don't know. If Winston doesn't throw interceptions, I can easily see the Browns winning this game. And you just got to remember that. And then we got point differential, negative 0.9 for the Bengals. Last 4 games, 8.4 for the Browns. That would give us a negative 9.2 spread. That would be a no bet. Then if you look at expected points for both teams on offense only, if you want to do offense mild, that would give you a negative 9.4 for the Bengals. But if you do just defense expected point spread, that would be a negative 9.8 towards the Browns. If you want to mix those together, that would give you a negative 0.4 towards the Browns. The total expected points, you add in special teams. So if you don't want special teams in your spread, that would lean. Now I got one other model. If you just do points per game, that leans towards the Bengals with negative 9 spread for the last 3 games, negative 11 spread for an average of season and negative or last 3 games. But yards per play, offense, defense would lean towards the Browns with negative 3 spread. You have to remember that too, so that's why I can easily see the Browns winning this game. So I'm going to stay away from it. But let's look at game cards really quick. Our simulations show 68.1% chance for the Bengals win, negative 5 spread. And I already went over the total in the last slide, but we're 55 points in our simulation, but I'm staying away from that, definitely in the winter. And you never know what you're going to get out of these two teams. Mostly green cards for Bengals for the stats that matter, points per play, expected point yards per play, turnovers, total expected points, point differential. But you're looking at Browns with passing yards attempt, rushing yards attempt, yards per attempt, all in the green. So that's what I'm saying. If Winston doesn't throw the ball to the other team, easily can win this game. So I'll be staying away from this one. If you're betting on it, good luck. My name is Jordy. You've been watching Bets and Sports Betting. I'll see you in the next video.